Here's my take on Doge. Doge is just a bunch of lies. Musk said last week in the Oval Office that we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. Mistakes are difficult when you're talking about Ebola prevention, food supply, veteran suicide lines, nuclear safety, and a 9/11 health fund, just to name a few. Now, they're not being truthful about their cuts. There was a contract that was $650 million, was listed 3 different times. A Social Security contract listed at $232 million instead of the accurate $560,000. An $8 million contract for ICE was listed at $8 billion. $50 million for condoms in Gaza. Social Security funding 200-year-olds. It's all lies. Doge originally claimed that it saved more than $16 billion. If you actually count the receipts, it's closer to $2 billion. Those numbers, constantly changing, could be anywhere now. But just to put that in perspective, one of SpaceX contracts with the Department of Defense is worth $22 billion. I think we can all agree there's a huge conflict of interest. Now, this is all from the House committee. They targeted the Verizon contract with the FAA and put himself in line. The DOJ contract purchased $400 million worth of Cybertrucks. There's a lawsuit in 2023 against SpaceX. The Trump admin fired their leadership. The Department of Transportation has several open investigations into Tesla. FAA orders SpaceX to investigate the loss of a vehicle in order to pay $630,000 in penalties. The Inspector General initiated a probe into Starlink's terminals that they provided to Ukraine. The Inspector General was fired days after publishing a report that was critical to the Trump administration. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has over 300 complaints against Tesla, 66 just last year. And Musk tweeted, "Delete the CFPC." Less than a week after they had finalized a ruling, Trump fired the director and closed that Washington headquarters. The Department of Labor has over a dozen investigations into Tesla. You got the National Relations Board. They filed a complaint against SpaceX. Trump fired their chair and shut it down. The Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs, they were conducting an audit of workplace discrimination. Trump gutted the office before the investigation was made public. The Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, they sued Tesla for racial harassment and retaliation in 2023. Trump fired 2 out of 3 of their commissioners. The EPA has multiple lawsuits against Tesla. Trump fired their IG. Federal Election Committee was set to rule on a number of complaints. They unlawfully removed the chairwoman. The Department of the Interior oversees fish and wildlife and monitors the land near the SpaceX launches. Musk repeatedly clashed with them and called the review process unacceptable. Their IG was recently fired. The SEC sued SpaceX in January 2025, alleging he misled shareholders. He called the agency totally broken, and then Trump vowed to fire the SEC chair on day 1. So yes, in summary, everybody wants to stop fraud, waste, and abuse, except those committing it. It's a cycle that starts with any time Trump or Musk are told no, they publicly tear them down, shape the public opinion, and then they lie to justify their selfishly motivated actions under the false pretenses of saving money. The only thing Doge is actually doing is removing the obstacles that are in the government to prevent them from abusing it, so they continue to grow their wealth at the expense of the American taxpayer. So a big fuck you to Doge, a big fuck you to Musk, a big fuck you to Trump, and a big fuck you to all the elected officials that continue to allow it to happen. Thank you.